Hey everyone, welcome back. Another week. We'll be working on the assignments or the goal of this month. This actually sorry, third assignment is actually pretty easy. It is just continuation from what we did on the last assignment. We're just going a little deeper as well as trying to expand it a little longer. It will be a great question to go over. Number one is, what does goal means to you? By now you should know, or you set some goals with the other assignment, so you should know what the goal means. So just take a moment to think about what the goal, the word itself, it means to you, and is it something you want? Is it something you want to achieve? Is it a skill? Try to write it down and kind of put down what you feel like it might mean to you. Number two is goal versus wishes, right? Meaning, how is a goal different from wishes? Wishes are something you hope we will get, meaning, no worrying about, you're trying to basically asking to forgive. When the goal is different, it's something you actively work towards. For example, if you wish to get stronger, that's great. But turning it into goal means deciding to practice on your push-ups, sit-ups every day. Goals require actions. So that means you have to do the work. No shortcuts. So how is goal different from wishes on your life? Just write it down. It could be something to do here or something at school. Trying to put it down in words. Why do you think setting goals is important? It's all comes down to why, right? You should have why to be able to reach that goal. So why setting goal should help you focus on that goal and help you work harder towards that goal. They give you us clear path towards and follow. That way you can help you see how far you can get with it. And just write down why you think goals are important. There's no wrong answers. It is to keep you motivated on your goal. What makes school easier or harder in life? Sometimes you might get a shortcut through someone else's help, or there might be a plan that's set out for you already. And that usually, like here, to learn a form, we try to help you. We show you a couple more times. I try to provide videos, at least right now, it's still being uploaded more. But those things will help you go faster on it, right? You probably can get to your goal little faster than what you can do on your own, as well as sometimes things could get harder, like scheduling, right? When you start to do multiple sports, you start to just don't have time to focus on any of them, which makes you harder to learn it, which means that long term you will need it, longer time you need it to achieve whatever it might be, basketball winning tournament, soccer, whatever it might be. It might take you just longer just because you're taking less time on them. So you want to be clear and try to figure out what you want it to be, and that's what you should be writing down. So write down what you think is what makes school easier or harder. I gave you a couple example already, so just think about it. Think about it and relate it to what goal you set. Right? It's because goal is not going to be for me; it'll be for you. So you should think about that. Can goal be about helping others? If yes, what might it look like, right? Absolutely, you should do beyond you as time goes, because if you just make it all about you, there will be limitation, right? Just because there's only one of you, right? When you make the goal into help others do the same as what you did, which means you probably had a goal to, let's say, get better at fitness, meaning you want to get stronger, you just wanted to run faster, then your brother or sister, younger brother, sister that look up to you want to do it, are you going to just say, oh, just figure it out? I did. That's not going to help, right? You show them, oh, this is what I did. This is kind of drills I ran. These are the exercises I done. Would you like to try? definitely that gives a little bit beyond you, right? I believe that's where you should be next goal after you work on yourself first. You should start first you, because if you don't know what to do when you try to help someone else, that actually creates more problem, because you, instead of one person being lost, now you have two. So think about that for yourself. It could be for your sibling, it could be for your classmates, whoever you want it to be. It could be your parents, that you think you want to set a goal to help others on. If you don't have any, that's on you. I'm not gonna. There's no wrong answer. This is for your sake. However, that's my recommendation, as well as what might that look like. Just write it down. Simple couple sentences definitely will help. How do you know when you've reached the goal? It's pretty simple, right? When you're able to actually see what you wrote down or you set a goal on, but you need to track it. No matter what, if you want to reach it, you have to track your goals or progresses towards that goal. If you don't and you just let it be, just like working on the form. I know some of you, I give you, for it is you forget things, right? You forget forms, you forget hand technique, you come back and you just go and shrug it off. And that's what I don't like the most. It's not the forgetful part that I get mad at. You just shrug it off, meaning you think it's no big deal. I get that schedule sometimes happens, sometime whatever things happen, that you don't get to practice, that is fine. But if you made goals saying, "Oh, Master David, I'm here to learn and I want to know this form," then you have to make work towards it. And if you don't get to do it, then you should be sorry, right? You should feel like, oh, I missed out. I'm sorry. Let me get back onto it. I'm gonna fix my way to kind of change it so that I can get to that memorization, right? Some of you guys are coming up to black belt test soon, which means you should start progressing now. You should. We're already telling you in class what you need to know, which forms you need to know, then you should start now than later, as well as keep a track of what you can start to get know and keep refreshing it, because you will forget. We're all humans, we get it, we forget, but you must keep a track. That's how you're gonna know if you reach the goal of whatever you're shooting for. Like as the example I said, maybe black belt test. How would you get there? You're gonna practice whenever you can and keep a track of what you practiced on, and then cross off the list as you get better, and keep repeating it so that you don't forget. Next is last one, New Year's resolution. I think Master Van actually mentioned it 2 weeks ago, I believe, when this topic came out. But this is just to plan things out. Doesn't mean all will hit. I'll be honest. Every year, everybody has, goals that they want to set for themselves. Like for myself right now, as we starting a new demo team, I am losing weight, trying to get a little stronger, jump a little bit a fat higher, be up to show more. That is my goal. And that is why I said it. However, I don't want you to set it too many goals. I believe three is enough per year. Because if you start to, like I said earlier, if you start to set too many goals that you just can't focus on, you will miss it. And then it's better to hit some than none, right? So you want to try to start with small and few goals and try to make each step for each goal and try to achieve that. And once you get there, you get another goal and then try to move on to next one. That way, you're always making that progress. I believe that's key of every learning, everybody getting better is making progress. And that's what we judge on, Master Van, Master David. Our goal is to make sure you understand that it's all about progress more than being perfection. If you're trying to shoot for perfection on everything, there is none, right? There's always going to be something wrong, and someone's going to view something is different. Because of that, it will become mistake, and that's going to break you down. And I believe that's not going to be good for you, because they'll hold you back because you'll be afraid of that mistake or afraid of not hitting it. They might as well try to understand, oh, I want to get to this spot, I want to make the progress, let's shoot for the moon. Even you miss it, you still be in the space, right? So I want you to try to make sure you're setting goal decently high for yourself there, where you want to achieve and really be able to go, hey, no matter what happens, I'm not going to give up on this goal. Could be this year or next year, years later, things could delay, but if you have right goal that you really passionate about and you can focus on, you be able to push through any obstacles. And if you have shortcuts and get ideas, everybody will help out as well. So I really hope you understood all the things we talked about this month. I know in class sometimes we don't get to do a lot, but we don't, even though we don't mention it, we already are telling you all the goals, right? Meaning, hey, this is your braking technique. You should start working towards it. That is a goal. This is your kicks. Let's try to work on it. That is your goal. This is your form. Let's memorize it for your next test. That is a goal. I hope, don't think of goal as this big thing that you have to conquer, but just think of it as just one little thing that we say is a goal. And we're gonna try to get there. We're all here to help. But only thing masters we don't have control over is what you do outside. When you're at home or when you're at school, you have to make yourself a goal and tell yourself, inner self telling you, what kind of person do I want to be? Then what kind of goal should I have for this school, right? For this school year, right? If you go into school, you go, oh, last year I was just not paying attention. I was talking to my friends so much in class, and I got talked by my parents, my teachers. That's over. But I know overnight it just can't be done sometime because it's what you done, right? Or as a human, you just can't do everything at right away. Then what you can do is say, oh, I got in trouble school 3 times last time. I'm gonna try to make it to one. And if I can make that one, I'm gonna make it into zero. And just slowly make that into step, just small goals. And once you start to reach that, end of it, you'll be like, oh, I made this whole throughout this whole week with zero. Next week gonna be zero. That means whole month gonna be zero. Whole year gonna be zero. Then no trouble, right? So we want to try to kind of change that way. Whatever you're doing here, going at home, same thing. What teachers saying is same thing too, right? When teachers tell you these are our assignment and these are due this time, we're gonna have a quiz at this time. Those are your goal, right? You want to make sure you're not failing on those. You want to study for it, make time for it, making that little steps on your own, and try to get. I know those are not fun. Same here. I know going form sometimes not fun. However, I want you to try to make sure you're doing all of them to make that progress where you can hit that goal of, oh, I want to be a better child for my mom and dad because they're getting mad at me a little too early, too many times, or I wanted to be a better student. You have a bunch of things for that. I want to be better taekwondo or martial arts student. You should know what to do with that. So I hope you guys kind of get the understanding. I get it if you don't do the assignment, but whole goal or design towards is to get you think about the topic itself. That way, even for just a moment, you're thinking about, oh, that could help me, right? And that is why we're doing it. And if I know parents probably watching this too, that's why we're doing it, and that's why I believe it shouldn't be forced upon. When you force it on them, that's when they're gonna be feeling like it's just the homework. It's just gonna be something I'm forced to do so. So they're gonna start basically putting down half-hearted answer, which gonna be getting into half-hearted results, right? But once they get intrigued by it, and that's why I'm doing the video so that I'm communicate through different form of media because everybody loves video for some reason, right? So I wanted to talk to them as much as I can, and same for you guys, so that you guys kind of get in our heads of what we're shooting for, and you can kind of relay that to your child, as well as if you're an adult student watching this. Hey, this is what kind of thoughts that we're trying to promote to our students. So I hope young or old, you guys all can use a goal, and then we can all try to make a progress in our lives. So I hope that makes sense, and we achieve better year. I know a lot has been done last couple weeks with the fire and all. I hope everybody's are safe. We will get back on the horse and we'll ride it out in 2025 will be great year, and that's what we're hoping for. Thank you for watching, and I'll be doing this for next month as well. I'll do next week as well, just to recap on my thoughts, more on I guess video than will a presentation. Um, that way we're kind of closing out the month, and that way I want to have some way to communicate out what we're doing to you guys, and that's why I'm started this series this year. That way you guys know that it's more than just the kicking and punching that we want to shoot for. It's not about content, it's more about what we're shooting for as a child or students that are developing here, because it's not about punching and kicking. You know, when they get to 56 year old, they're not going to be able to kick, right? I'm literally getting to 40 soon, and yet my body's already aching. So all those technique and things like that, yes, is great as training their body, and this will give great base for any sport they want to get to. And that's what what I want to reach on is they're able to defend themselves, and yet they're healthy enough to do anything they want to achieve at, as well as they are prepped with basically life skills or thoughts that can make better choices. I hope that's what you're here for. That's why we try our best to be talking to you guys as much as we can. So, anyhow, we'll see you guys again next week. Thank you so much.